Yeah, is
Yes.
it? Okay. So a very good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure and no honor to be with all of you again. Now, this time, I think as a company, we have always been very, very sensitive. I think if one thing which stands out for Badaling Generations company is the empathy factor. And you'll be surprised to know that when I get to recruit somebody and the person comes to be interviewed by me, I only judge him or her on one thing: what is the level of empathy that person has, and that's what makes me decide, no, that should I take him or not in the company. And on this, why I'm spending some time on speaking empathy, because of the unique thing that we're going to launch today has a relation to that. I remember one day, Vikram who is part of this call, and he was my EA. Today he's the digital head of the company, and one of the weekends he was very worried, and I asked him, "Where are you going? And you every weekend you disappear." And he says, Tapan, you do not realize I have to go to a dog shelter. There's so many dogs to be taken care of. People, sometimes they leave the pet, the strays there, and there's so much to be done there. And I could see the pain in his eyes and the passion that he had. Then I had some incidences where I met a lot of friends, the first time pet owners. They were very enthusiastic when they took the pet, but in 6 7 years time, when the issues coming out of the pet, they had no clue what to do, and some of them did not behave in a manner which I thought they should have behaved. Because in the end, it has life, and it is a living being, and I think the empathy and the kind of sensitivity that we should have should be hugely there. And after one of these instances where I felt very, very bad, and I came to my office, Nimish, one of our young Turks, he has my PMO, was there. I told Nimish, we should do something on pet insurance. You study the world, bring out the best, do survey, and get me something which which would take care of all the problems that is being faced, because a huge problem I think that is there. Amazing pet owners and the kind of pets that people keep, and but sometimes I think no, for lack of money and the cost which may come up, and for treatment required, those poor pets don't get the deal which is there. And that's why today's session is on pet insurance. And as a company, I'm very happy and proud we're launching it today as we finish the conversation. And for you, we have super specialist among us, Dr. Vinay Gore. He has been head for Pune Zoo and one of those famous veterinarians in the country. Where if you have a pet and you have any issues, I think he's an amazing veterinarian and one of the best that I've ever come across. And we are so honored to have him in our show. And as I mentioned earlier, we have Vikramjit Bhana, our digital head, the man behind all the social media digital effort that the company does, and an amazing animal activist and an amazing pet lover. I think all his weekends he is dedicated to taking care of stray, taking care of abundant pets, and spending his time there. So obviously, if we are doing a pet insurance launch, there cannot be anybody else but Vikram's part of the show. And Nimesh, my go-to man, and as I mentioned, the day I was very, very disturbed on seeing an incident, where the pet was not taken care of because of lack of money from the owner's side. And I think after the best year of the pet, they were ready to abandon the pet. And I asked Nimesh that could you study and come out with an insurance which is something which can solve these issues. And Nimesh did it so. And I think it took over a year of research, putting things together, studying what is happening, talking to people, and then representing to the regulator, getting it done, getting it approved, and finally we have it here, the pet insurance for you. And so let's understand the issues which is being faced. And I'll start with Dr. Vinay. I think he is experienced. He's been head for Pune Zoo also for a long time, seen so many pet owners, seen so many pets, and they're evolving now in today's time when people are staying alone, and the kind of comfort a pet brings, emotional well-being which a pet brings. But do we also take care of the well-being of pets is the question here. So, Dr. Vinay Gore, your experience on pets, pet owners, and what do you see, and some challenge that you see that's coming up, from their side. So, over to you, Dr. Vinay Gore.
Yeah, right. The pet industry in India is still at a nascent stage. We have got so many pet dogs, around 2 crores as estimated. But the insurance facility or whatever is provided is at a very meager or very low level. I remember my zoo days when we had a white tiger owing about costing about 5 lakhs, and we went from pillar to post to several insurance companies to insure him, but that was not possible. So I am really very happy that certain initiative is taken by your company and you're going ahead with this. And I'm sure many pet owners or as pet parents, as we call them now, will be very happy having such a product. And I've gone through the brochure and product brochures, and I find it very useful for the pet owner. And it's really a boon to the pet industry because right now so many newer techniques, newer diagnostic aids are available, which are very expensive, and newer surgeries also have come out, which were really unheard of. I'm sure we'll be having techniques developed for getting so many major and complex surgeries done in a short period of time. And for this, pet insurance is really going to be a boon. And I see many people who are really not affording and who can't pay for the surgeries or the treatment of the dogs. And this will really help them.
Yeah, Dr. Vinay, why I feel so much for it is because
Hmm.
what I saw was that, and I've been reading a lot about mental health issues, and we've done a lot of shows also on that. Where that's something which for the country is also becoming a big issue. One of the solutions mentioned is that if you keep a pet, it takes care of your emotional well-being. It really it
Yeah,
gives you a lot
very
of
true.
happiness.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the pet is giving you happiness for
Yes.
4 years, 5 years, and when the
Mhm.
pet requires to be treated for all that he or she has done for you, and that time
Mhm.
because of some lack of money, no, you don't
True.
reciprocate that, and that is where the
Yeah.
disconnect comes in. No, Doctor Vinay, and on this,
You are very right.
I'd
You
like
are
to
very
ask.
right in this. And
Thank you.
one more important thing is pet is no more a pet. Is a companion, and more than any family member of the family or clan, you can say, because
Yes.
he's really well taken care of and is required also. They are dumb; they can't help themselves, so it's you only who can help the pet.
Exactly, Dr. Vinay. On this, I'll move to Vikram Bhayana because I think the pain that he feels, I somehow feel that he is the one who is the right person to talk about it because he really has dedicated his life to no serve strays, pets. No, so Vikram, some experience from your side. How do you and what do you see, and why did you not do this every weekend? Like, no, at your age, people would be like hanging around pubs, no, and going to places, and you go to dog shelters. So what is that connects you there, and what is that brings that kind of strong feeling in you? No, and since you are one person responsible for this product, no, so I think it's the right thing to hear from you, your views.
Thank you, boss. Boss, to begin with, a big worry. I've been working for this dog shelter since 2006. And a lot of times, every weekend, families would come, leave their pedigree dogs, saying that we didn't know keeping a dog is so expensive. We didn't know they came with so many medical expenses. For us, it was a trophy dog. But we didn't know that there was so much of expense that goes into really taking care of a dog like a family member. That day I realized that if there's something that I can do to make sure that this worry in people goes away and they truly see the power that a dog brings to your life is what I wanted. And I didn't know then that I would join a company like Bajaj Allianz General, and under your leadership we'll be able to bring a product that completely wipes this worry out. Now today, if I have this product, boss, I would not be worried uh, in the medical expenses and how do I keep the dog well is one. Secondly, boss, with the increase in the number of nuclear families, dogs are no longer dogs like doctor said. They've become a family member. They help in stress busting. They become an innate part of what you do day in and day out. It's only mostly a husband, wife, and a kid living with the dog in the family. A lot of worries get wiped off, boss. So personally, I've been working for dogs for almost now 20 years, and the amount of happiness it gives me, no pub, no movie, no discotheque can give me, boss. And I make sure religiously that every weekend I'm there and I do my bit and I come back. It makes sure that it rejuvenates me for the coming week, boss. So that's my
No,
view,
so
boss.
happy to hear this, Vikram. And now I take over to Nimish, the man who has been behind this product, putting it all together. Nimish, your experiences of putting this product together, the researches you did, the people you met, what are the views you thought, and how did you put it together? And then, from you, I'll move to doctor to hear his views on difficulty and the cost of treatment that he's seeing across.
Sure, sir. So when you asked me to put this such a kind of product together, the first thing that we did was compare it with the international markets. We benchmarked with other countries. What kind of products do they have? What kind of coverages do they offer? And then we also applied an Indian context to it. We researched with several vets. So Dr. Gore has been one of our oldest advisors. He has given us advice as to what covers you should include, what are the most common diseases, etc. All of that. We also had focus group discussions with our internal employees, with external customers who pet owners, pet parents who have pets, and then we finally arrived at the optimum coverages that we can offer. So we are right now we are going to offer 7 different coverages to the customer, of which only one. So it's a modular kind of product where only one coverage will be mandatory, which is the surgeries and hospitalization cover, and the remaining 6 coverages, which is terminal illnesses, long-term care cover, OPD cover, mortality benefits, theft or lost cover, and even third-party liability cover. These are all optional covers which the customer can opt for. So after this entire research, we filed it with IRDA. We were in for a waiting period of approximately a year, as you mentioned, sir, till IRDA approved it. And finally, now it has been approved. We are very excited to launch it.
No, thank you, Namesh. Doctor, look at the product. I think Namesh is covering critical illnesses like diabetes, cancer. Honestly, sir, I had no clue about it, no, and I felt ashamed that I did not know about it. I want to hear from you, sir. Do pets get cancer? Do they have diabetes, thyroid issues like humans have? And how much does it cost? And no, it is something that for me also, when Namesh used to give me those project reports, I also used to get surprised every time I read through his reports of what he has been researching on. So, I want to hear from you, doctor. Whenever a lot of us, I don't
Sure,
think we know what can go wrong.
you're very right, sir. We are seeing now so many cases of diabetes, cancer, which need surgery as well. Not diabetes, of course, but cancer surgeries are on the rise. We have to operate so many dogs for cancer also. And they have to undergo radiation, and it is done at some places, of course. But now, as I was saying earlier, newer facilities are coming up, and newer treatment modalities are coming up, and so this is going to be very expensive, for the pet owner. So a product like this will definitely help. And we can see diabetes as a lifestyle disease, as in humans. Dogs don't get to exercise much. They are fed on a very high quality food. There's no spent on the caloric value, and so then it becomes a real trouble, and they become obese. Obesity is also one of the causes of diabetes. And so we nowadays are treating so many dogs for lifestyle diseases also, like thyroid, which was unheard of, diabetes, which was very rare when I was studying in my college. So all these things are on the rise.
It's interesting, doctor, because I think it is exciting to have a pet, but we don't realize that as a human, pet also have a requirement that we have to cater to, and they're depending on us completely, like 100%. Like a baby, they depend on us
100%.
completely,
Yeah.
and if
It's
we are not,
always there. They,
yeah,
they are dependent on you till rest of their life.
exactly. And if we don't take care of them, I remember when I was talking of health insurance and I used to talk to large audiences, I used to tell them that please buy a health insurance cover for yourself because there's a difference of life and death, there's a difference of dignity for you as humans. Today, when I launch this pet insurance, I see the same for pets. It's a question of life and death for them. It's a question of dignity
Yeah.
for them. Somebody who has been able to take us into great comfort zone, give us so much happiness, so much love, the least we can do is ensure that we give them the protection that they require. Nimesh, will it be very expensive, like all this expensive treatment and also for your product? Like, if I would just buy the basic product, like to get an idea of the premium, how much would you charge, Nimesh, for this?
Sir, you won't believe it, sir. We are charging as low as 315 rupees for the most basic cover, which is just surgeries and hospitalization, which I mentioned, the mandatory cover. It starts from as low as 315 rupees. So we have our premium is dependent upon the age, the breed, and the gender of the pet dog. So we have classified pet dogs into 4 different sizes based on the breed, which is small, medium, large, and giant. Like for example, a German Shepherd will fall under the giant size, the large size, and the pug will fall under a small size. And the premium varies, but the smallest premium which we have is 315 rupees.
So, what you charge you to do is for me, Nimesh, for this product, or how is it?
Sorry, sir.
You'll charge this per day for me, 315 rupees. How much?
Absolutely not, sir. It's an annual product. So what I'm talking about is a annual charge, 315 rupees for the entire year.
So, you're telling me
Unbelievable.
you charge less than 1 rupee per day for me, yeah, for the product, is it?
Absolutely, sir.
Unbelievable. Now, if I have to pay less
Really
than a rupee
Yeah.
for my pet, not to be taken care of, things go wrong. I think I would say you've done a very good job, Nimish. So we are very happy and proud you would come out with this. I was studying all international markets, no, on the product like this.
Thank you so
Vikram,
much.
just you happy that will it take care of the problem that you faced when you started going to dog shelters? No, do you think people will take care of the
Ab-
pets?
Absolutely, boss. 315 rupees a year is, like you said, less than a buck a day. Uh, Most people who've got dogs can happily and easily afford this. And like I said, it'll give them the financial freedom to own a dog and enjoy a dog the way it should be, and not just as a trophy dog. And when you have to spend on them, you go and drop them to a dog shelter. So I think we're leading to a happier country, boss, thanks to the company and the product. It'll lead to a lot of happy families.
So if I'm
Absolutely.
saying if you want to buy this product, so as a digital head, are you putting on the website, Vikram? Can I go to the website, look at the brochure?
Absolutely, boss. Absolutely, boss. As we speak, boss, it is live on the website. You can go on www.bajajallianz.com, latch on to our general insurance page, and it's very much available on the website. A few clicks away, and the policy is yours. And like I said, a lifetime of happiness with you and your pet without you worrying about the money that you have to spend for medical.
Thank you. Doctor, some funny incidents from your career, or no, like you spoke of the white tiger in the zoo, something like that. No, I think zoo has always been very exciting for me. Today, kids have the chance of playing video games and they have the immersive, realistic experiences on digital. In my time, the
Yeah.
outing was zoo only. So my parents, after 5 6 months, would take me to zoo, and like I've been lucky to visit all the big zoos of the country, right from the first white tiger zoo in Bhubaneswar, no, to Kanpur, to Delhi, you name it. I think I've been Chennai, all the interesting zoos of the Mumbai. I've been there, seen that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
as head for the zoo, you would have a lot of funny, interesting stories. That which you found something very interesting. So we're happy to hear from you. Know your experience.
Yeah. Going back to the same white tiger and Bhubaneswar, as you mentioned, we have got it from there. And he had a big wound on his nose, right from the beginning when we got him. And the zookeepers had said that it is just some scratch from the wound, scratch from the cage, and it'll go. You just apply some ointment and it'll go. It was not, told or disclosed to us that he had a problem right from his birth. So he had a supernumerary tooth in his nose, and that
Ah,
had to be removed surgically. And like at in some cases like this, we need to call experts from outside, from other fields, and get the surgery done. Even getting a small X-ray of that nose area for the tiger was so difficult. He literally chewed on an X-ray plate and broke it. So it was like in times like this. And zoo, I really wished I had insurance because we had a star animal, orangutan female. And orangutans, as you might know, are very having a dexterous fingers, and they can loosen screws, they can bend bars and things like that. So this particular animal had loosened up one screw from the cage door, and she opened it, and the amount of fright we got, this is invaluable animal, you can't value it. And so she was just out of the cage. Luckily, I had some James, Cadbury James, chocolates in my hand, and she loved it. So I showed her James and went inside the cage. So she followed me, and both of us were locked in the cage. So really funny experience, but we could finally catch her because of the James chocolates that I had in my pocket. I used to always keep them in my pocket while visiting her because she used to like it. Maybe a small tablet, small chocolate won't harm her. That was the, and it helped me.
what amazing life you had, Doctor. Who can say that he
Yeah,
had taken
really.
picture of a white tiger? Well, just
Yeah.
thinking about it is
Yes,
unbelievable, no?
I had to reassure the surgeon by sitting on the tiger's chest that he is asleep. It is like that. So yeah, things are like I've been around for 35 years now in this field. So I started in '85. So I've been there for a long time, working in the zoo. Now I have my own practice in Kothrood. While doing this, also like we need to pin a fractured bone, and the cost can be around 10 to 15,000. And I really see people who really cannot afford it. So maybe as Nimesh is saying, such a small premium, and if the such costs are covered, people will be really happy. So I am
Exactly.
very sure. I've gone through the brochure also. I've gone through the prices, and I find them really very affordable. And I will urge my patients also to buy the insurance.
I think it's so kind of it, Dr. Vinay, a famous veterinarian like you know, who has so much experience. If they talk about it, we feel so honored and humble. See, the idea was this only, Dr. Vinay, that even if we make a difference to one pet, no,
Yeah,
and if his life is saved, and we give that pet that comfort, I think at Bajaj, carrying the yours comes to life. No, we are so sensitive as a company, no, and I think this
yeah,
is the first time that we're venturing, no, beyond just looking at human beings and their issues and worries. We're moving on to pets. So I personally, as an MD of the company, feel very proud of my team of putting it together. When I hear from you, Dr. Vinay, of the issues that is,
indeed.
when I hear from Vikram when people leave their no pets,
Yeah.
I think it really gives me a lot of comfort. And my request would be to all viewers also, no, if you have a pet, take a cover. It doesn't cost much, but at least you will take care of a pet the way they have taken care of you, and you can't let them know be on their own, which would be there. And if you make a difference to one pet, we would be super excited. So, any last closing comments from your side, Dr. Vinay, before I move on to my people and know hear what they have to say?
I'm really happy that such a product exists now, and it'll be really a boon to pet parents. And in the West also, when I've been there, I have seen the cost of treatment are so high that people are really not affording. And sometimes it's very sad, but I have had anecdotes of people putting down their pets just because they are unable to support the treatment or pay for the treatment.
That's so
So, product like this will definitely help. I'm very
Thank
sure.
you, Dr. Vinay. I think this really makes us live up to our tagline and makes us really happy and proud. How do you feel, Namesh, after working so hard and bringing it together today when it's getting launched? What's your feeling now that you have right now?
Very excited, sir. Very excited, very thankful that it could be launched. And I'm really looking forward to the journey beyond now, where people make use of it and, it adds value to customers. I saw a question, sir. Someone had asked whether it's applicable even for stray pet dogs which are adopted. And my answer is a resounding yes. It's applicable for all types of breeds, for pedigree, non-pedigree breeds, indigenous breeds, exotic breeds, cross breeds. So it's applicable for anything as long as they are domesticated pets. So we are growing it out for everyone.
Exceptional image. I think I could not have asked for a better product, and I'm so happy with the research that you did. Taking international expertise, talking to experts like Doctor, and his passion. I think he should be in a part of our company. The passion, empathy, Doctor Vinay is showing. I've really seen a doctor as such kind of I think if we had time, we'd have listened to more of his stories. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not talking to Orangutan, nor am I sitting on the chest of a tiger. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say I'm happy doing that. Vikram, over to you. Do you feel happy today that as a company that you work for, has done something for which you're so passionate about, Vikram?
Absolutely, boss. One, very, very proud to be associated with this company. And like I said, it was a dream that I do something to in 2006 that something like this never happens. And I'm working for an organization that believes in doing something so good. Very, very happy for this day. I'm super glad this worked out, and I'm glad you approved it. And we're out with this. So I hope a lot of people get their pet dogs insured, and they all can have a happy life without worrying about how to take care of the dogs when it comes to medical aid.
True.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. I think with this, I want to thank Dr. Vinay Gore for all his contribution, for all his support, and all his kind of insight that he gave for creating the product. I'd like to thank Nimesh for working so hard on this product and Vikram for bringing this to where it is. Thank you all, and as ever, our commitment to everybody. We shall always be caringly yours, and if we can do anything more, if you have any other idea that you feel as a company we should do, which will make a difference to people, pets, please let us know. At Bajaj, empathy is a strong point which we shall always maintain. Caringly yours. Thank you very much for watching this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.